Cluter?
Yes.
Barron? Braverman?
Here.
Klein?
Here.
Bilski?
Here.
Harry?
Here.
Duper?
I am here. Can I have a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of February 13th, 2019? I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I think Scott beat you.
Don't we have to excuse Mr. Barron?
No,
Oh, not.
this is just, no.
Okay, sorry.
Does anybody have comments on the minutes?
Lovely minutes.
Then call, roll, please.
Cluter?
Yes.
Braverman?
Here, yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Harry?
Abstain.
Duper?
Yes. And can I have a motion to confirm the appointment of Dustin Zimlich to the fire department as a part-time firefighter?
So moved.
Is there
Second.
a second? Thank you.
Got to do this right, you know.
It can be.
Should be 2. I had it on before. See if the bottom part.
Do I really need it?
Yes, you do. No, it was on before, but I must have turned it off. It is.
How about I talk loud? Okay.
Pick it up on, do you want one?
We're looking for a motion to confirm Dustin tonight. He's been on our service department for about 2 years now. He just recently completed fire school, and about a month ago he started EMT school, so by June he'll be done with everything and ready to go.
Okay, that's weird.
Mother, we're here with him tonight.
Mother looks so young.
Nice to meet all of you again.
Hello. Thank you. Anybody have questions, comments, concerns? All right, if you'd call roll, please.
Cluter?
Yes.
Braverman? Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Harry? Duper?
Yes. If you want to come up and can swear you in. Do you want to introduce who's here with you? Oh, you already did that. Here, come on.
He's got a new baby.
If you'd raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Dustin Zimlich,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the rules, regulations, and charter of Orange Village,
rules, regulations, and
charter of Orange Village,
Orange Village,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as part-time firefighter
as part-time firefighter
of Orange Village,
of Orange Village,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in office.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, John will make his mommy.
Here, if you want to come up here and sign this. My name's.
They're getting,
Congratulations. You're more than welcome to stay, but you are definitely not obligated.
Nobody ever takes that up on that.
Really, you're not obligated if you don't want to. You don't feel bad. Can I have a motion to authorize the purchase of a 2019 Case Model 621 GXR articulated wheel loader from Southeastern Equipment Company at a price established by the Ohio State Term Schedule Government Purchase Program, and to declare a surplus a 1999 Komatsu WA-250 wheel loader and authorize the trade-in of that vehicle to Southeastern Equipment Company for a $29,000 credit, making the net cost of the new net loader $126,810.92. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Would you like to come up here and just give your explanation of this, please?
Yeah, for the 2019 budget, so we actually had half of $165,000 in our 5-year capital plan for the phased replacement of our wheel loader. We're replacing a 20-year-old wheel loader, which was actually purchased for $82,500, and they're giving us a $29,000 trade-in value on it. We're purchasing it through the STS program. So, in short, we're purchasing a loader, a $239,000 loader for $129,448. What this will require is obligating us in the 2020 budget to do the offset balance. So, understand that we will be committed in the 2020 budget year. So, as we've done in the past with our salt trucks, we propose a 2-year municipal lease. As you can see, the details are in there, and there is no call on that interest, so we won't be obligated to pay the entire interest amount. So the plan is, as we've done in the past with the salt trucks, is come January 1 next year, we'll go ahead and roll out that check. We'll actually reduce our interest obligation there. So, but it's hard to actually predict how much savings it is based on the delivery date of our loader.
This vehicle is used for bulk loading of material from your yard, essentially.
Yeah, number. Obviously, it's used quite often in the winter for loading salts, pushing it, stacking it. It's also pretty vital in our operation for our leaf composting, which we end up rotating a couple times a month and deliver that out, along with anything else that we need to do as far as loading and hauling material.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you hang on to
Yeah, I gotta keep that.
If you'd call roll, please, on this as well.
Luder?
Yes.
Braverman?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Harry? Duber?
And to audience comments relating to agenda items only. Bueller.
We actually have an audience. Would you like to talk about something?
Moving on to old business, pending legislation and motions, ordinance 2019-4, an ordinance to adopt the solid waste management plan for the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste Management District. This is on for third reading. No changes since the last meeting. Does any, I said there's been no changes since the last meeting. I'll make a motion to pass this. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any comments on this at all? All right, if you would call roll, please.
Luder?
Yes.
Braverman? Yes. Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
Duber?
Yes. Moving on to ordinance 2019-5, an ordinance granting a rear yard setback variance to Suzanne Tomish for her property located at 128 Orange Lake Drive, Orange Village, Ohio. This is on for second reading. There is a public hearing for the final order and decision of council regarding ordinance 2019-5 that will be held on Wednesday, March 13th, 2019. Anything additional that you want to add to this, Joe?
This was heard at Planning Commission, recommended to council for approval. This is essentially, I think this is the last ordinance that will come through in this fashion. We will be now moving over to the new process that was voted on and in the charter amendment.
Is there nothing behind the property?
No.
Is that the idea?
Yeah, this is, it's at the Lakes of Orange. There's the property setback there, and then there's this, the slope that's back behind it, and so the development property line is further back. So, yes, no, it has, it, well, it is in one corner. It's fair, because it's an odd-shaped parcel of land, it results in having sort of a bigger setback encroachment.
Any other comments? Move on to ordinance 2019-6, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute the First Amendment to the traffic control and landscaping easement between Orange Village and Pinecrest Project Park. This is on for third reading. Motion.
So move.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Is there anything different, Steve, here? Any changes?
The sign. Well, that the,
It's not in the wrong place. It's not in, they couldn't put it in the, actually in the easement,
Put it in the only place that it would fit. So,
or interferences with devices.
Give them that easement.
correct.
Of course, we put that in the
Well, they have a risk with that, should there, be a need to go into that area by the city, by the village. They're at risk with having to relocate the sign.
Any other comments? All right, if you would call roll, please.
Luder,
Yes.
Riverman,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes. Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Harry,
There's 2 votes for you.
Duber.
Really an awful.
Moving on to ordinance 2019-8, an ordinance amending section 107.03, surplus property, codified ordinances of Orange Village, to modify the process by which the village will dispose of surplus property. This is on for third reading. There is no changes since the last meeting. Does anybody have any questions or comments on this?
What happened to my notes from last night?
Huh? Oh,
Did we do the motion?
Yes.
We did?
We made a motion, didn't
I don't think so. I
Okay,
don't have
sorry.
anybody's name on it.
we? Mike, is there a motion?
Make it.
Second.
I'm sleep deprived, everybody.
We knew that was coming.
In there. Who seconded? I missed.
I did.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Second.
Shocking development.
Now we can.
If you would call roll, please.
Luder,
Yes.
Riverman,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. Moving on to new business, there's a public hearing in consideration of the decision and conclusions of fact for the UH sign variances that will be held on March 13th,
Yeah, this is treated.
2019 at 7:30.
New business, this is, no, you will now be receiving, after planning and zoning acts, on Friday or so, I will, actually maybe tomorrow, we'll get out to you a draft of the conclusions of that based on what planning and zoning is. In a similar fashion, if you got the conclusions of fact that preceded the ordinance, you vote on the conclusions of fact and then you vote on the ordinance. Now, process will be, we'll see on the work session agenda that it's coming on the regular meeting agenda. And then the following week at the regular meeting, you can act on it. You will see that the UH property is much larger than most of the properties in the PMED district, and they requested additional signage, which Dave Hart recommends, and the Planning Commission has also recommended. So you see all that.
So this is a larger sign?
Actually, there are larger signs at there's an existing sign there at the southern entrance. They're proposing a slightly larger sign than the code permits and a similar sign at the northern entrance. So they have two signs. No, off of Orange Place. Yeah. And then on the canopy, where the urgent care is, there's an entrance sign saying it's urgent care, so that people know to go there. It's a wayfinding sign.
A lot of the smaller sign, the lesser signage, if you will, not smaller signage, is driven by to a degree, driven by the fact that there is a good deal of confusion between ER and urgent care. And people going to the urgent care thinking they're going to the ER and vice versa. And so Planning Commission, it was important that they have that kind of identification for the building.
Possible that they put up a new urgent care sign before we pass this variance? 'Cause I think I saw a new sign there today.
I don't know.
I didn't see one.
Possible.
It's possible.
Does it say Beechwood Inn on it?
Is it on the?
Building.
Okay.
And it's huge.
Is that the sign that's on the east side of the building, are you referring to?
East side, where the urgent care is.
That was approved by planning and zoning. That did not require a variance, because there was a separate
Right,
condition that allowed that.
when we built Pinecrest.
I was there tonight for dinner, and I saw the sign.
Yeah, that one was,
And I was at urgent care a couple weeks ago.
that was code compliant and did not require council to grant a variance.
Good.
New signage are the ones that are on the canopy in the front that we're talking about here.
Moving on, well, we'll skip audience comments because there's no audience. And comments by council members. Mrs. Berry.
Have no comments.
Raverman.
No, I have no comments tonight.
Mr. Bilski.
I have no comments.
Klein.
Only to say, Planning Commission met last night, approved a number of houses at Lakes of Orange, and interestingly enough, the house that is on the corner of Lander and Harvard did not have any prior approvals before they started construction, so they came to the Planning Commission and Architectural Review Board for approval of that house, of the work that they're doing on that house, and we made some modifications or recommendations that they, for conditional approval, so they could move forward with it. And there was another house in Lakes of Orange that had some discussion relative to whether there was a variance required for it, which we disposed of last night, and they will be coming back.
Was Randy there?
Randy was there also. We discussed his pardon?
Did you discuss his apartment building?
Informally, because that's not in our community. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Kluter.
Orange Village lost a longtime resident, Frank Katina. He died about a week ago, and he had served on many council committees after his retirement. The family invited me to give a eulogy, which I did, and I mentioned that he'd been a very dedicated resident helping serve Orange Village. So I thought I'd let you know that. And then I did put out a flyer about dogs, the dog ordinance, and defecation. And one of the residents asked me if we could have signage, especially maybe in Orangewood. And in the area now with the new trails going in, the concern that maybe dogs will be allowed to walk anywhere, and that it would be important to have actual signs saying dog ordinance or whatever, this is prohibited. I don't know if it helps. When I go to the park, and we've got signs everywhere, it says, you know, pick up poop and curb your dog, and people don't pay attention, so.
They have those in Orangewood.
Yeah, we have all the cul-de-sacs.
Do you have a sign?
Yeah.
Okay, because somebody asked if they could go up. Okay, well, then we might need, I don't know, other signs somewhere? I don't know if that's a possibility. Do you think it helps? I don't know. I just think,
Yes and no.
yeah, people who are responsible dog owners are responsible. Those who are irresponsible just don't care, and it's very frustrating. So, thank you. And thank you, Service and Fire, for your lovely annual reports. I read them, really impressive. And I like the notes at the end of the Service Department. That was very encouraging. I hear good things. I hear good things about everybody, especially for emergency care and all that stuff. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Mayor, I do not have any comments, so we don't
Whoa.
to adjourn. So we're adjourned.
Yay. Where's my friend Scott? Going to get up tomorrow morning?
Wow.
Wrong.